All right, so there's more gameplay here that I want to look at. It's about the combat and stealth, so it's more like a breakdown. I'm assuming that Ubisoft posted. So we're gonna get right into this. I already reacted to their extended gameplay, and I'm impressed. I know, and I read the comments in that video. People are just, I think people hate Ubisoft so much they're going at every game they post, and I understand why the dislike for Ubisoft for some past situations. But I'm not going to throw that on every project that they put out there. I'm extra cautious. Ubisoft has made me extra cautious of what they do. Back then, I used to just almost anything Ubisoft I was down for. Now, with the last few projects they done and some of the responses they had at people, telling people that you should get used to not owning your stuff. Wasn't that Ubisoft? It's been a while since I heard that. But yeah, I think that was Ubisoft during the Bones and Skulls game release. Oh, speaking of which, calling that a quadruple title, A-Title, stuff like that. I can understand why people are not liking Ubisoft. I wouldn't go as far as hate for me, but I understand why some don't like them. But I'm not going to throw that on every game that I see that's made by them. Like X Defiant, Assassin's Creed, Star Wars. Ubisoft is a pretty big organization. Because one person says something, I'm pretty sure not everybody in that company feels that way. But you're entitled to do whatever you want. Me, I like to give it a chance, especially franchises I love, like Assassin's Creed. And I'm giving Star Wars a chance. It's been looking good from the stuff I've seen. But yeah, so the support of this game is not the biggest right now, but hopefully Ubisoft can have people back in their good graces again. We'll see. Or I should put it this way: hopefully people will have Ubisoft. Hopefully Ubisoft will earn a lot of the previous fan base's respect again, because they did lose a lot. They lost a lot of trust from the fans. And quite frankly, I understand, but at the same time, I don't believe in blaming everybody for it. Everybody comes, but that's just me. You're entitled to feel how you want, but I want to see more of this combat and stealth. So let's get right into this.
Hello, my name is Thierry Dansereau, art director on Assassin's Creed Shadows.
And I'm Charles Benoit, game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. We are here today to share details on our first gameplay walkthrough for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Torii Gate are really iconic in Japanese culture and also very striking visually. So when the players see them, they will know there is something interesting to discover following that path. It can be secrets, it can be loot, targets, everything that fuel your progression.
Fukuyama. At last.
We wanted to showcase one of the many castle towns that the game will have. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, you'll be exploring a dynamic and ever-changing open world, all of which is affected by dynamic seasons and weather system. The wildlife is now more than ever part of the game ecosystem and biomes. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, a lot of the game wildlife will evolve and change colors through seasons, and the player will even see puppies, mostly in the springtime.
Well, you are a friendly beast, are you not?
The goal is to have a more natural behaviors and awareness systems.
Psst. Samurai sir, this way, I beg you.
Such beauty, shadowed by suffering.
You're about to see Yasuke in action. In that sequence, Yasuke is going to find one of his targets.
What is happening here?
We'll have a lot of targets to hunt around Japan, and this zip cam and celebration is used to highlight those moments when you find them.
I told you, keep walking.
Let's see some combat now.
The notion of dynamism was also applied to our props that are, for most of them, breakable.
Yasuke is using a kanabo, so it's a big, massive weapon, slow but very impactful. It's the best weapon to break enemies' armor. It's also a good tactic to remove armor first because it reduces the time to deal with your opponents. You can see the yellow bar under the enemy. It represents the armor, and once it's broken, it's a lot easier to land hits and inflict damage. Attacking and defending charge up your adrenaline meter. Once it's full, you can spend all those resources to push back or knock down or inflict damages, An
He
event,
was talking,
put,
but the
game
other
niveau number
when I
one.
reacted to
One
this,
of the big
just the
combat novelty
gameplay,
is the posture
they
system.
had this thunder sound with the attack. I thought that was a cool little addition.
You can hold your attack and posture at any moment inside a combo.
Yeah, and I
Those
said that
attacks
last. I
inflict
love the
massive
stances you
damage
can
and
have.
can also branch into execution. But of course, if you use those attacks, you expose yourself. So the key is to really master the timing and learning enemy behavior. In the end, your competency can give you an edge over your stats.
Persecutor. Greed cannot rule this village.
The players always have two weapons at the same time, so they can freely switch between both of them.
Oh, and by
You
the
can
way, I don't know
see
if you
here,
saw it before,
Yasuke
but
has,
here on the bottom of me,
classic
there's
katana,
our other
and
moves.
he's using one
I'll
of
put
his
myself
unique
on top
move,
here.
the sheeted attack. Now you can
Sorry.
concentrate on the target. You can see the katana is a lot faster and versatile. Looking at the target, you see he's a lot more reactive and defensive.
I
If
love
you're
this. I
taking
love
the
the
posture
stances.
like right now, he's also using one of his posture against you. So it creates really this dance between the two fighters. The enemy reactivity really pushed the player to use all his tools. So the parry, you need to react, you need to read the enemy to find the best opening and land the posture attacks when it's best.
Time for the stealth.
Yasuke and Aoi have their own personal story and their own life. But once they allied, they cooperate to achieve the common objective.
Too slow.
It means you can also switch at any moment in the open world. Of course, not during the infiltration or when you're fighting, but otherwise the players can really choose the character they want at any time and choose how they want to play them.
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him.
In this sequence, Yasuke is suggesting to use the spy network. It's a new system that we introduced in Assassin's Creed Shadow to support the shinobi fantasy and help the player to find their objective. So you can send your spy to scout areas and spot your targets or
I missed that
the quest
part.
objective you have. Sometimes we have both characters in the cutscene where you can pick the one who answer or ask questions. At the end, you can also pick the character you want to continue with. You can choose between Naoe being more.
See, that's gonna make me
stealth-oriented
replay the game too
or,
because I want to
Yasuke
figure out
being a bit
what's
more
gonna be the ending
focused
if I
on
use the
fight.
other person.
But be careful in there.
Don't worry. I won't be alone. It'll be me and the shadows.
I have the shadow.
From this point, we are with Naoe inside the Fukujiyama Castle. Feudal Japanese castles are amazing playgrounds as they offer a lot of opportunity to play in them in a stealth way or rather in a fight-oriented.
In the following sequence, you can see what's new in terms of parkour and stealth. First, our grappling hook. It's fully physics-based.
This is
so
one of my
your
favorite
speed
parts.
and direction can
I
affect
love
where
that.
you go. You can
And then
also
how you just drop
assassinate
down and
from with the
assassinate,
grappling hook,
that is
as you
sick.
can see now. We brought back the cover system to sneak and peek, so you can use your tool from there. You can also.
They brought it
observe
back.
your
When did they
surroundings.
remove it?
You can now use.
They didn't
prone
have that
and
in
crawl
Mirage?
tall grass, so you can hide. You can go under.
They brought it back
small
like
openings,
they
so it's really
removed it from the
useful
game. I don't
to,
remember that.
to sneak around.
You're mine now, Snake.
But one of the big novelties is the dynamic perception of the enemies. They are affected by light and
Yeah, I was about to say, I
shadow.
like
So
this
here
part.
you can
I
see
remember
how we
this.
can break the light and able to vanish and reduce the detection time. So it's a lot easier to quickly move undetected. The weapons of Naoe are great for combat, but also for stealth. Each weapon has a specific type of assassination. Like here with the Kusarigama, you can also assassinate your enemy, but at range. With Naoe, you'll feel like a shinobi with all the new animation we added to make her a lot more agile and faster.
Yeah, she
when
definitely is one
doing
with the
parkour
shadows.
and
Dude
everything
was
she
looking
does
right
now.
at her, didn't see her.
Naoe
Dude
is
was
an
facing
agile
her, I should
stealth
say, I didn't see
shinobi
her.
who will use noise, light, and shadows to evade detection as enemies respond to their changing surroundings.
He'll dig himself a trench.
Naoe is currently making her way to reach her target. She's going through some elite samurai houses, and as she progresses, the player will see and discover other iconic areas of the castle, such as the daimyo quarter.
The grappling hook can be also used to grab enemy, which is very useful to move them quickly and dispose of them in the better spot. It's much more efficient than just carrying dead body, for example.
It's giving the player the option to decide if they want to kill or not.
Yeah, people like that I wouldn't
We
kill.
have a
I'll
couple of
just
abilities.
knock 'em out.
We have gear. We have
They're not a
weapons that
threat.
can bring down enemies until they are
Them,
wake up
different
by
story.
other people. But like you saw with the Kusarigama, the katana also have special assassination. You can stab people through shoji door and stay mostly silent. So depending on the weapon you have equipped, you have a different assassination opportunity.
Oh, well, that's cool.
He's coming. I need to hide.
In interior, there are places to hide, but one of the cool one is the beam that you can use to grapple on the ceiling. It's really useful to not being spot, of course, but to also wait for an opportunity to assassinate.
Feel like playing an Amazing Spider-Man game.
Here we saw a sudden weather state change that triggered a thunderstorm.
The noise and the rain and the wind cover your footstep and
Wait.
also your action. The demo, but in winter,
this
your
trailer's
whole
not in
town will be
4K.
frozen. So you can't use the same tactic. You will have to use prawn in deep snow or use the kunai to deal
So
with
the graphics
target
is going to be
distance.
better. It's just they didn't
Another
set
cool
this trailer up for
trick you can see
4K.
is now way using the breathing stick. With
Yeah, I
that,
like
you can
that.
stay hidden underwater and wait for the perfect opportunity to assassinate or just.
I
take it
wonder
over.
will they spot you for doing
If you're
that?
detected, you can choose to escape to.
I
return
wonder
to
is
your
that like
stealth
a
loop or
feature?
go straight
Well,
in combat.
did they add that little
And now
detail?
he's choosing combat with the Kusarigama, a versatile weapon that can use the cycle in one hand and the weighted chain in the other, allowing some range and melee fight depending on your attacks.
And I know for a fact you're going to have to really avoid being hit as her
In
because
this
she
case,
doesn't
the
have
player
that samurai
decided to
armor.
escape after many guards joined the fight. Even if Naoe can be very deadly, she doesn't have a strong armor like Yasuke, so
Yeah, see?
it's a lot more risky when you fight multiple enemies at the same time. Anyway, in this case, she already achieved her objective. She killed the daimyo, so all is fine. We just saw the infiltration at night with Naoe. You can also imagine the other option of taking Yasuke and breaking through the front door. Day, night, weather, even season can affect the challenges on your path.
Thanks for watching. We hope that you've enjoyed this
All right,
presentation.
I'm excited. I said
Assassin's
it.
Creed Shadows will be launching on November 15.
But yeah, I'm excited. I love the different options. I love that they're in this playing in this timeline and all this stuff. I love it. I'm a fan. So as an Assassin's Creed fan, I have to give it a chance. Mirage, especially after Mirage. Mirage was a huge disappointment for me. But one, the fact that it seems like they're putting more effort into this. The biggest mistake of Mirage was it seemed like it was rushed. But it seems like they put more effort into this. When it comes to story accuracy, when it comes to like history and all that, I never looked at Assassin's Creed as always being perfect with their time accuracy, with their story accuracy of these characters anyway. So it doesn't really affect me. So yeah, is the game really good? That's my biggest question. I'm here to enjoy video games at the end of the day. So anyway, let me know how you feel about it. And yeah, I just wanted to see what the extra detail was they were sharing. But a lot of what he was saying is stuff I noticed already. It was a few other things I didn't. But outside of that, I noticed the most. I said in the other reaction I did. A lot of stuff he pointed out, I already pointed out before. So anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see you later.